Hey everybody, Brenna Baucum, Collective Wealth Planning. Happy June. I just got back from a couple of back-to-back continuing education events. So if you are in a profession where you are required to have some continuing education with what you do, you know that the spring is often conference season. And as I was sitting in the room at these various conferences, I was looking around at all of the other advisors around me and realizing how special it is to be in a room where you can learn with and from other people. And certainly during the breakout sessions and the keynotes, we were all listening attentively, and I was feverishly taking notes. I joked with my husband when I got home. It was the perfect quantitative brain dump for me. I needed all of that heavy data, and he said, "That sounds terrible." And I said, "It was great." I loved it. But being in that room with all of those people made me realize how special it is to be in an organization and be in a industry where you can find your people. And certainly in those rooms, I was surrounded by people with a growth mindset. We were chatting and talking through the breaks. We would go out for dinner in the evenings and continue to talk about the things that we had learned and the ways in which it was going to make us better at what we do for our client families every day. So it was very inspiring. And I hope that whatever circles you run in, you are able to spend time with those types of people with a growth mindset, and that encourage you to be better at what you do. As I do every month, I'm going to summarize a couple of resources for you to check out. So the first one is something to watch. This is a video I put together last year, actually, on how to read your Oregon PERS member annual statement. So if you are an Oregon PERS member, received that in May, just this last month, and you might have unfolded this long piece of paper and say, "What is this? How do I read this? How do I make sense of this?" I've linked to that video and that blog below. To listen to, I'm encouraging you to download an audiobook this month. It is called Mom, Dad, We Need to Talk, and it's a wonderful resource for opening the lines of communication between generations around finances, which can sometimes be a difficult thing to do. The last one for you to read, there are a couple of articles I contributed to for Money Geek on life insurance coverage for those in there and close to retirement. So you might check that out. The last resource I have for you is a flow chart on whether or not you can give qualified charitable distributions from your IRA. So if you're unfamiliar, QCDs are the short term for them. If you are over 70 and a half and you have a retirement account, a tax-deferred retirement account like an IRA, and you want to make charitable contributions, you can gift directly from that IRA to your charity of choice without having to recognize that income. So this can not only be a tax efficient way to do some gifting, but it can also help to fulfill your required minimum distributions if you are subject to those. And even if you're not subject to our RMDs until 73 or 75, those were some changes that came with the Secure Act rules, you can still utilize the qualified charitable distribution strategy starting at 70 and a half. So great flow chart down below for you to download and take a look at to help you in that decision making. As always, I welcome any questions that you may have and wish you nothing but the best for the month of June.